On the morning of December 15th, 2025, I woke up to the news that Rob Reiner had died. Not just that, but he and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, had been murdered, allegedly by their son, Nick. To say it was the last thing I expected is an understatement. Such a thing had never even crossed my mind. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, Rob Reiner's movies were somewhat formative to my movie-going experience. The Princess Bride is still in my top 10 favorite movies, and Stand By Me was another one I watched on repeat over summer breaks. He appeared in others, such as Throw Mama from the Train, and even had an uncredited role in Steve Martin's The Jerk. When Harry Met Sally redefined the rom-com genre, Misery made a star of Kathy Bates, and you can't go to an improv show that asks for movie quotes without several "you can't handle the truths" being shouted from the audience. And let's face it, everything that goes big goes to 11. Beyond filmmaking, he was a very vocal advocate for marriage equality, children's welfare, and environmental protection. He and Michelle worked for a better world and left behind a legacy of kindness. The best thing we can do right now is to stay kind, to care for each other, and to work toward a better future. May their memory be a blessing.
Jennifer, do you want to say anything about Rob Reiner? Do you have a favorite film or anything you want to add to this short little vignette we're doing?
He's got a lot of films that are amazing. I agree with Princess Bride and Stand By Me. I do love The Story of Us. Me, the romantic, loves that film and the perspective on what one has to do in a relationship. And then he's also Sleepless in Seattle and all those films. So it's an incredible legacy as a filmmaker and director and supporting other people in films. And then as a humanitarian and the efforts that he put into opening minds and trying to make the world a better place. So it is a huge loss, and I hope that people take some time to listen to what he had to say and what the changes he wanted to make in the world, and see if you can be part of that change, and maybe watch some films in celebration. Thanks for having this moment. What you wrote and you read, Erin, was beautiful. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks.
What year was Stand By Me, Erin?
I think it was 1986.
1986.
So I would have been I would have been 16. So yeah, that would have been why I, for 2 years, read pretty much every Stephen King novel ever. So it had a huge impact on my literary life because, of course, Stephen King was my entree to Melville, to Proust, to Joyce, etc. Because you have to start somewhere, and so if only for that. If not, and I'm not diminishing any of his other work, he had a huge impact on my life. But obviously, all of us were affected by This Is Spinal Tap. I don't think a whole week has gone by in my life that I haven't quoted that film at least once.
My college, they ran it every year during freshman orientation, which really stuck in my head. Like having watched it there, then realized how much it was a cultural zeitgeist, right? Like how many people could reference it. So I haven't seen the new one. Have you?
No, I haven't. It's in English and doesn't have subtitles.
I do wonder though, was that the first mockumentary? I mean, how many other mockumentaries have come since? Waiting for Guffman?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely, we did an episode We did an episode on the mockumentary at War Game. It was what we decided was the first mockumentary back in 1965.
I think
it was certainly a strong mockumentary, though. Sorry, Erin, what'd you say?
I think it was the first laugh out loud all the way through mockumentary.
Yeah,
before that, the mockumentary was more clever than ha-ha.
It seems to me that it was the first really influential mockumentary, because after that we had Waiting for Guffman and Best in Show, and of course What We Do in the Shadows, which was another big deal.
Well, the whole Christopher Guest series started with that. But
exactly.
The War Games to me was the best mockumentary ever because it won the Oscar for Best Documentary because no one even realized that it was a joke. And they actually had to change the rules for the Oscars because of it. And so whenever I think of the mockumentary, that's the one I always think of, because the ultimate joke was the one it played on the Academy.
That's funny.
I don't think I've seen it. It's War Games from the 60s.
1967, Peter starts with a W. It's an hour-long mockumentary about what would happen if a nuclear bomb hit England. It's very clever, very creative. Anyway.
I have to add it on my what to watch list along with the other films that were mentioned here.
It's free on YouTube, and it's a masterpiece. You'll absolutely love it.
Okay.
And it's historically important. Now, this was more important to me just because Erin is important to me in the show, and I didn't want to let it go by without giving Erin a chance to say something public about it, because Rob Reiner wasn't as important to my coming up as it was to Erin, but I just kind of want to acknowledge that, that her input on the show is as important as mine. So
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, he was also important to me because of, his father, Carl Reiner, was, a big deal.
Your show shows, Woody Allen, Carl Reiner,
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks and Sid Caesar. It's all one big happy family. And you have All in the Family, and the Jeffersons, and whatever that other spinoff was, and then Maude, those spinoffs, On the Family. Yeah,
you went down a path there.
Well, that was my childhood. We're a few years off, but that was the entire TV.
I wanted to say that I feel that Rob Reiner worked very hard with what power and credibility and efforts he had in the industry to allowing women to age, both in front of the camera and behind the camera, and continue to work as an actor, producer, writer. I think he gave opportunities for women and helped, and I think he worked towards that. I may be wrong, but that's my impression, that he had a lot of films where he allowed women to age and continue to age and be on camera, and we would have representation of women beyond the age of 30, right, and see them actually as 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 even, or 80. Like, he pulled in some things.
And still sexy as fuck.
Well, they are. Women age amazing. Let's be clear. I agree. And I'm happy to see them aging.
You and I would say that now, wouldn't
we? Would. I love how bring the laugh lines, bring the age spots, bring the wisdom, bring the perspective. I'm here for it. And Rob Reiner has helped with at least starting to make some changes in more women in all parts of film. Yeah. So thanks for letting me repeat that.
Sila.
Well, I find the program that I have been doing on Clubhouse, The Life You Give, it's inspired by a thought I had when I was living in Belgium. And it reminds me again right now why that is so important, because I find it very sad that we keep doing this when a person dies, and we don't. We tend not to do it so they hear it and that we are aware of what they're doing while they're doing it. Yeah, that's all I wanted to mention about that.
Yes.
I find it very sad. I mean, we cannot avoid it, because it's the moment we wake up and say, "Oh shit, that's it. His work is finished now." We can only look back. We cannot, and it happens all the time. But there's nothing we can do about it. But I find it very sad that all these individuals, David Bowie, Aretha Franklin, and a slew of them, they just don't get to participate in such conversations.
And isn't that what was so powerful about the ending credits of Viva Verde, with realizing how many of the people that you fell in love with during the movie aren't with us anymore?
Yeah, I was muted, but when she said that John B had passed away, I actually went, "Aww."
I did too. Yeah. Luckily, we were muted because that wouldn't have made good podcasting. But yeah.
And he was so charming. I mean, everybody in in that.
He held
in
that
Viva
whole
Verde.
movie together. He just held that.
It was
whole movie
amazing.
together. That suitcase, that magic suitcase.
Yeah, he was a character. I loved him. He was amazing. They were all amazing, but he was like so charming.
It is just such a good movie. It fell into my lap too because I was being spammed by her agent who was representing somebody else.
That's funny.
And I said, well, yeah, if you want to come on the show or have him come on the show. And she, oh, no, I can't do that. And I was like, oh, well, if you've got somebody you want to come on the show, let me, because we just don't do that. We don't do reviews. That's not our thing,
Yeah.
And she said, well, Christine La Monte has a pair of documentaries that are up. And I said, yes.
And they were great.
The great thing was I didn't have to do any research for this episode.
Yeah.
Except for watch the movies. I didn't have to go into her career or whatever because I grew up with her. You know what I mean?
Nice.
It wasn't like Luke Higginson where I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And he turned out to be so wonderful. But
he's great.
I love him. He's probably my favorite guy. And I hope we can have him on again, not too often, because I don't want it to become like Saturday Night Live when they had Bad Bunny on 5 times in the same year. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna let you all go. I'm gonna have since I gotta send it to Christine anyway, I'll send you all links to a download of this when it's done, just so you can get a sneak preview. Obviously, I don't do the custom edits for the panel because we'd never get an episode out.
Right.
I only do that for our guests.
That's fair.
That would be a hot mess. So I just trust that you do it, and you do a good job.
Well, thank you. I do. I do think I put most of my work into editing.
Before you hang up, I'm going to say I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I like being with you all. And I agree with the frustration of people waiting for weddings and funerals, but we can do that by doing things like saying what you mean and saying, I appreciate you all, and thank you, and I appreciate you being here. And
well, we appreciate you too, Jennifer. You're
so fun to be on the show. It's always a better show when you're here.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
that's nice.
You're always missed when you're not, but we never want to pressure you either. So
yeah. Well, I'm going to work harder at the minute you send me something asking for links, because I like it when I do my homework ahead, but sometimes I forget. So it was worth it to get up at 3:30 in the morning and watch these back to back.
On fast forward.
But I did watch them on fast forward because I was going to run out of time because I have to rewind. It's all good. I had fun and it was totally worth it. And thank you.
Well,
and
we won't have guests like her on ever again, I think. So
I'm telling you, she'll come back if we ask her. We should ask her what films that she wants to watch. She told us some. I think we should do episodes with what she wants. It'll be fun.
Yeah, later in the year. I've got through March already programmed. So love all of you, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.
Tokyo Story. Goodbye.